Well, all right. So, I mean, this is going to be the good news is people aren't going to go Batwoman crazy about anything today. So, we can just have a normal, average, something coming down the wire here, and
Hello world, it's Birdo 5 here again with another great clip of our test clone anti-tracker from 1992. Check him out being an idiot once again. Man, I could watch these all day.
That's right, it's time for smooth sailing with Gavin McCash. And now here's that best-selling author of I'm Allergic to Work and Lazy is not a four-letter word, Gavin McCash.
Anybody remember Star Wars? Well, we all know in that galaxy far, far away that you don't need to work hard or study to use the Force. No, it's something you're born with. Let's take a look.
Now here we have an actual Jedi, as you can see by his shaggy clothing, lightsaber, and the blank stare on his face. Let's watch him as he practices his lightsaber techniques.
So remember, Obi-Wan, before you begin your practice with your lightsaber, you must focus and feel the Force.
Yeah, whatever. Oops. Sorry.
I was just sitting there trying to figure out a way to prove that the Earth was round. No, really, I was. For my other channel, I'm working on a video to try to use the moon to prove that the Earth is round. I think it's going to be a good video. But in the meantime, while I was working on trying to prove that the Earth is actually round, believe it or not, now everybody is all in a tizzy over this ship, this classic Star Wars ship, which is now officially named Boba Fett's ship. Because, of course, Disney doesn't want to offend anybody, and I certainly understand that. Disney has always been known, if nothing else, as a very family-friendly company. They're, Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, the whole nine, and so they don't want anything. Obviously they've got. It's funny because Disney has got some of the best villains of all time in their lineup. They have Darth Vader and some of the classic Disney villains like Maleficent and stuff, and so what do? Well, they have this ship, and this ship is iconic, but its name was somewhat offensive because the name of this ship, as most of you already know, happens to be the number one, but preceding the number one is a word that a lot of people take umbrage with. So what do you do with that? Well, do you continue to use that name for the ship? Or do you retcon it? Do you get rid of that name and all that? And so Disney has made the decision to rename the ship and just call it Boba Fett's ship, apparently, which has deeply angered apparently the guy that played Boba Fett originally. Now, the funny thing about all this to me is that at least as far as I could tell, and I'm certainly open to being wrong about this, but I don't believe they ever actually say the name of that ship on screen. So, like, you never hear Boba Fett say, well, got to go get to, and the name of his ship. And in the prequels, you never hear Jango Fett say, well, time to go get to, and the name of a ship. And in fact, even if I remember correctly, like in Attack of the Clones, he tells Boba to get to the ship. He could have said, get to the name of the ship, but he doesn't. He just says, get to the ship. And so even back then, it seems like they were a little squeamish about using that name, if that, because I know George Lucas said that was the name of the ship, but even back then, it seemed like they were a little squeamish about saying that name, if that was indeed the name of the ship. So, who cares? That's all I'm saying. Who cares? Who cares?